Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Atchison at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Today I have a brand new online class with the Snowfront stamp set. I love these scenery sets. They are perfect for masculine cards, which I know a lot of people find difficult to create. So we're going to be making some today, and I think you're going to fall in love with this stamp set. I know that sometimes people struggle with how to put all these elements together, but I'm going to show you just how simple it is, and it's really hard not to get a great looking card out of these different scenery images. And I'll be explaining the online class. I'll give you all the details for it, and I'll tell you how you can get it for free. It includes 8 cards plus a bonus card, all using the Snowfront stamp set, and I'll give you some tips on some other products. Let's flip the camera around and get busy. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about what's included in the online class. So you have the option to order the stamp set along with a pack of the Neutrals Designer Series paper. These are going to be used throughout the cards in the online class. And these are beautiful patterned papers. I love our Designer Series paper 6x6 stacks. Also included is the Ice Stampin' Glitter, and this stuff is so pretty, and it's perfect for winter themed cards. And the Magnolia Lane Ribbon Combo Pack. Now, the products that I'm showing you, if you already have these, that's fine. You can just order the online class. If you would like option number 1 with all the products, it's $63. That does include tax and shipping, and you'll get the online class for free. Now, if you already have these items, you can get the online class for $20, and you can get a pre-cut cardstock pack added to that for an additional $15. So the whole bundle, $63. Just the online class is $20, and the online class with the pre-cut cardstock pack is $35. But I do want to clarify, none of these items are included unless you order option number 1. Okay, so you're going to need ribbon, you're going to need the linen thread, you're going to need some type of glitter, the Ice Stampin' Glitter, and you're also going to need the Designer Series paper. When I talk about a cardstock pack, all that's included is cardstock. There's no embellishments, there's no Designer Series paper. There's been some questions about that, and I've made that perfectly clear in my videos that you're just getting cardstock, but it's all cut, punched, embossed for you, which makes your life a lot easier. Okay, let's get busy because I have some super fun cards to share with you. This card uses a card base that is basic gray, and it's 5.5 by 8.5. You can always find all of these dimensions with still photos on my blog address right here. I'm going to flip this over so you've got my host code. I was working on my online class last night, and when I do those, I don't want to have a host code on there because those classes last forever, right? Okay, if you do decide to place an order with me, you can use this host code. That always helps me out. I appreciate it. Then we've got a piece of Whisper White for the inside. This is 4 by 5.25. A piece of silver. And I don't think I measured this. Is it 3? Yep, 3 by 3. Whoops, hang on. 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. Let me write that down. I forgot to put that on my little list. And when I take that over to my blog, I want to make sure I give you the right dimensions. These are my little cheat sheets, and I keep them stuck right up in front of me so I know what the heck I'm doing. Okay. 3 1/8 by 3 1/8 silver foil. And then I've got a scrap of Whisper White, a piece of basic black that is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and another piece that is 1.5 by 5 1/4. Now, I've already taken this piece of black and I've run it through the Settles embossing folder. This is a really cool texture that makes your paper look like it's linen. I hope, let me get some light in here, that you can see that. It's a really neat look. Highly recommend this embossing folder, Subtles embossing folder. Okay, we are going to take this layer And we're going to die cut it in the Big Shot using the stitched shape square. We're going to take our silver foil. Oh, you didn't need this. That's why I didn't have this measured, because we're die cutting it. Duh. So forget the measurement. You're going to die cut it with the square that's just a little bit less than 3 by 3. Okay, I'll be right back. And just when you thought you had everything together, right? And I still kind of messed it up. Sorry about that. Okay, I am going to take this little square here. I've got 3 colors of ink. I've got Smoky Slate, Basic Gray, Real Red, sorry, 4 colors, math is hard, and Tuxedo Black. And we are going to first stamp the little cabin image, and we're going to use the Basic Gray, or the darker gray color. And I'm going to stamp that on that square right about here. Oops, I see, look, I already stuck my finger in the ink, you guys. Baby wipe to the rescue, right? Before we make a mess. And then we're going to bring in these trees, and I'm going to stamp those in Basic or Smoky Slate. And I also wanted to tell you, I did a little tip video last week, or a couple weeks ago actually, on these ink pads and how you open them and close them. And I had some people tell me that theirs don't slide good, okay? If you're having trouble sliding these open and close, take some wax paper and rub it in the channels right here. Rub it on the edges right here, and that's gonna help lubricate the sliding of your ink pads. I think you'll really like that. That's a good little tip that somebody shared a while back when these first came out, but they do work better. Okay, so Smoky Slate, I'm going to stamp that off once before I stamp it on my white layer because I want it to be very subtle. Oh, and I have to do big shout out to Kathy Miller. This card is actually designed after her card. She sent me a card using this stamp set, and I'm like, oh my Lord, I am in love. So I asked her if I could do a video on it for you, and she said, absolutely. Okay, then we're going to bring in this design, and we're also going to stamp that in the Smoky Slate, stamp it off once. And I'm going to put that right under my house with that little, it looks like a little path coming out of my log cabin, my house. And then I'm going to turn that around, and I'm going to stamp it off once, and I'm going to bring in this part right here. Okay, so now we've just got ground going on there. I think I want one more little piece of ground here. There we go. So we've got all kinds of snowy ground on the bottom. And then what is that red for? Well, we have some birds. There's 2 bird stamps in here, and I am going to put one red bird right there, and I'm going to bring in the one that faces the other way and set it right on that branch. And I just thought that would bring in just a tiny pop of color and look really cool. Okay, moving the ink pads out of the way here. We're going to bring in our liquid glue, and I'm just going to scribble some glue down here on the bottom of my layer because we're going to bring in that ice Stampin' Glitter. Piece of paper here to catch the excess. Look at how pretty that is. That sparkle of snow on the bottom. I just love this stuff. And the other thing I really like about this is that when you pour it back into the container, there's no glitter residue that's left on your paper that's kind of sprinkling all over. It's a really clean glitter and easy to work with. All right, we have this layer done. I'm going to bring in that little black square and add it to the back of my stitched square. Stitching is so trendy right now, you guys. If you do not have the Stitch Shapes dies, I highly recommend them. They come with circles, squares, and ovals that all have that stitching around the edge. And speaking of that, you'll be able to find a complete product list for the cards that I'm making in this video today on my blog. If you're on YouTube, just go underneath the video. There's a description and there's a place where you can click on see more. You're going to find a link directly back to this card project, which makes it easy for you to find all that. Okay, so we've got this done, and isn't that just adorable? Yeah, I love it. I'm going to bring in some dimensionals and add those to the back. Grab my take your pick tool and pick off those backings. I really love doing it this way. It works good for me, except I get these all over the floor. Well, just like normal. Okay, here comes our card base. What I am going to do with that is bring in my basic gray ink, and then we've got this mountain range. And we're going to take that and stamp it all over the background of this layer. And it's just randomly stamped on here, just like that. Okay. Here comes that black layer. You can add that right down at the bottom. I'm leaving a little margin on the bottom and both sides. Just like this. Okay. Here comes our focal point. Absolutely love that. And now I want a sentiment on the front. We're going to take a scrap of Whisper White, and I brought in the Well Said stamp set. Now this is a 2-case stamp set. There are 51 different greetings in here. Highly recommend this. There's something for just about every occasion. I took the happy birthday and mounted it on, there's a happy and a birthday. I'm going to use, I think I want to use the smoky slate for my greeting. I'm going to use the smoky slate. I'm going to stamp that right here. And then we're going to take our paper snips and we're just going to cut above and below our sentiments. And then I'm going to trim this one right here. You want to get fairly close to the words because we're just going to have little rectangles here to put on the front of our card. Okay, and baby dimensionals. These are mini dimensionals. I always call them baby dimensionals because they're so tiny and they're very cute. Who doesn't love to work with cute products? I also recommend these. There's no more cutting your dimensionals for tiny little things like this. Get those backs off. I think that, yep, that one came off. Okay, here comes our happy. And here comes our birthday. And I have to tell you that I thought Kathy did just an incredible job with this card. I love it. Isn't that pretty? Great masculine card. And then the inside. So I got the sentiment for the inside that says the best thing about today is you. So it's happy birthday on the front, and then the best thing about today is you. And I'm just going to stamp that right here. Is that straight? No, that's pretty crooked. Let's try that again. That looks better. And then I'm going to bring in those trees again. I'm going to do full strength here, smoky slate, just like that. And then I'm going to bring in that adorable little snowman in basic gray and stamp him right there. And then we're going to use the smoky slate again with this ground image. I guess that's what I'm calling it. That gives us just a little bit of a hill there. Isn't that cute? What a neat inside. Decorate those insides up. Make them match your card. Get these out of the way so I don't dip my card in them. There we go. What do you guys think? I love the texture on this layer down here. Kathy just has a real way with these types of layouts and knowing which texture to use with stuff. She's very talented. A member of my team, I might add. Oh, and as I'm speaking of team, I also will have an option for, I got glue or something on the back here. I also will have an option for my team members. If you're a member of my team, whether you're a business builder or a discount shopper, I do not discriminate. You get all of my online classes for free. I've also started offering them the cardstock, the pre-cut cardstock pack for $15. So they can get that and get the online class for free. Now, if you would like information about joining my team, you can head on over to my blog. In the right-hand column, you're going to find a link that says $99 kit. Join my team and get my classes for free. I have 2 more cards to show you. Now, I decided that I wanted to try this out in a couple other colors. So I've already stamped the log cabin and the snow. And I'm going to bring in some blueberry bushel. And we're going to have some bluebirds. Let me clean off my little birds here. And I'm just going to put a little bluebird right there. And another little bluebird right there. Okay, we're going to clean these off again. This is a chamois, by the way, and this is what I use to clean my stamps. It cleans your stamps wonderfully. I love it. Then you just take it and rinse it out in the sink and put it in a clear stamp case. We sell these also in like a 4-pack. And then this other one, I decided to go with Bermuda Bay. Now, what kind of a bird is this? Nobody knows. I don't think it really matters. It's not a cardinal, and it's not a blue jay or a bluebird. It's a Bermuda Bay bird. How about that? We'll call it a little tropical in the winter. That doesn't even make any sense. Okay, dimensionals on the back of both of these, and I will show you the other 2 cards. We need to get them put together. I think you're going to love them. So, online class with option number 1 is $63. You get the snowbound, I always want to call it that, the Snowfront stamp set. You get the Magnolia Ribbon Combo Pack and also the Ice Stamp and Glitter plus the free online class, which includes the pre-cut cardstock pack for 9 cards. You can't go wrong with that. And if you do not want the entire bundle, you're welcome to buy the online class for $20, or you can get it with the pre-cut cardstock pack for $35. And if you're one of my discount shoppers, you can get a pre-cut cardstock pack for $15, and all my online classes are free. It's quite a deal. If you start adding it up, do the math on that. And I know math is hard, but if you do the math on that, it's a really good deal. I'm just cleaning off my mountains here because we need to stamp them in Bermuda Bay on the background of this layer. I think I'm really going to love this one. Okay. Whoops. Hang on. I just threw this on the floor because I took the backing off of it. And now I'm going to, whoops. Look what I did. Oh my God. Oh, hysterical. Every day is an adventure, isn't it? And then we're going to bring in the blueberry because I've also got a blueberry card base. So hang tight. We're going to stamp that up. Ooh, I like this too. It's so vibrant. I think I'll do just a little bit more right there. Okay. Done with that, done with this. I'm going to just move these out of the way before, you know what happens. You know the routine. I'm good at it. I have got my black layer right here with my Bermuda Bay greeting on it. We're going to put this right down here. Again, this is run through the die cutting machine with the Settles embossing folder. And we're going to grab our, we don't know what kind of birds these are, but we're going to grab them and put them right on here. Oh, I got ink on my fingers. What do you guys think? Isn't that pretty? I've already done the inside there. So there's one. Here comes the other one. I have this one all ready to go on the front here. Did you see me get glue all over again? Yeah. I'm really good at that part. Like, I am an expert at getting glue everywhere. I shouldn't say that. I don't do it that often. I get ink on my hands more often than anything. Here comes our blue jays or bluebirds, whatever. I think blue jays, because bluebirds go south for the winter, I believe. They don't like the cold. Okay, let's check this out. So we've got the gray card. This is, Kathy's card was made with gray. Then we've got the Bermuda Bay, and then we've got the blueberry bushel. What do you guys think? Aren't they pretty? Pretty and easy and quick. And you saw how I just kind of started stamping and made a whole scene here. Now I've got some other cards that I can show you right here. This is another card that I made. And my bow got kind of weird here. But I embossed with white embossing powder for a nice winter card with that little snowman there. I also spritzed it with our shimmer paint. This is a swap card that I received that I thought was really pretty. Here's another one with a peek-through window. Lots of ideas here. I thought this one was really neat. Look at that. This is kind of like a barn door. Pretty cool. Here's another one. Here's the mountains in the background, some of the water stamps, the trees, the deer. And then the same little swirly thing we used on the bottom here is what the ground is down here. And it's also got the ice stamping glitter on it. It's another pretty one, super simple, quick and easy to make. This is another one that Kathy made. I love the scenery stamped on the tag. Another super cute one with the snowman at the edge of the pond here. And then this one used the mercury acetate designer, the mercury glass designer acetate. Whew, that was hard. Isn't this just a pretty scenery? Again, with that ice stamping glitter. So there you go. Snowfront. There are a million different things you can do with this. Well, maybe not a million, but you know what I mean. A ton of different things that you can do with this. We didn't even use the evergreen trees. We didn't use the pond. Yeah, so many different things. Here's another tree. I absolutely love this. And I can't show you my stack of online class cards, but they are fantastic. You get all of these in the online class. Not this one, but I just gave this one to you. But all of these cards in the online class, you're going to absolutely love it. Now, head on over to my blog, www.astampabove.com. If you're coming there after the day that this class is live on YouTube, you're going to have to scroll down until you find these cards, and then you're going to find all the information about ordering this online class. Or you can go in the right-hand column of my blog and click on online classes. It's probably going to be the top one listed there. Don't forget, save yourself the trouble, order that extra pre-cut cardstock pack. You are going to want to get the Magnolia Ribbon Combo Pack if you don't order it from me, and you know I always appreciate your orders. You're going to need the Snowfront stamp set. You are going to want some of this ice stamp and glitter. It's fantastic. And last but not least, order yourself a pack of the neutral 6x6 designer series paper, because I use those throughout this paper throughout the cards, and this does not come in the cardstock pack. All that comes in the cardstock pack is cardstock. All right, you guys, I am going to let you go. Click right up here to head over to my blog. Click down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. And I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.